Dude, this sounds in trouble if that's their fire station. That's their fire truck? By opening that I've had 9 cars break on me here in Atlanta, Georgia for car reviews. So big thanks to Morgan for letting me drive this awesome Subaru. So today, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2003 WRX. It has an EJ207, which is the JDM 2.0 liter motor instead of the EJ25, which is usually found in Subarus. And this is the one that's supposedly forged from the factory. And to get the lovely stance on this Subaru, it has CX Racing coilovers and various other modifications. Now, Morgan has had quite the adventure with this car. And by adventure, I mean lots of braking. So, and I don't mean that in a good way. Unfortunately, the car has had a lot of problems, but eventually it came out to be a really fun car. This is a USDM WRX. It started out with the EJ25, but when you swap over to a JDM motor, you have to do a ton of things, because if you don't, it leaks oil everywhere. It leaked oil to the point that he had to replace the turbo went out, the fuel rails got crushed, and just one thing after another. And eventually it just got to the point where it was $4,000 later. $4,000 later, he has aftermarket cams in the car, and everything else though in the JDM motor is pretty much stock. But in the end, it was a lot of work to get it to this point, but ever since then, it hasn't really had any big problems. So that's a plus. The Bugeye WRX is kind of a legend in a way that it's kind of turned into a lot of people's first enthusiast car, if you think about it. If people really want a Subaru or an Evo or something like that, they go, oh, well, I can't really afford the Evo 8 or the Evo 9, and I can't afford the Hawkeye yet or the Bugeye, so let me go the best of both worlds and get a turbocharged 4-cylinder boxer motor and get it for pretty cheap. But you just have to be wary of those issues, of course. The WRX Trans 2, if you add a lot of horsepower to it, can be glass. So one of my friends, unfortunately, learned that the hard way as well. But the WRX, when it's the Bugeye, like, there's just something about them. They have a lot of charm, but at the same time, I just think of it like as a car that has ridiculous stage fright, and it just doesn't want to come out to play. It's like if you open the garage door, it's either excited to see you and it's like, oh my god, you're back, drive me please, or it's oh my god, please don't make me go out today, I'm just scared. With that, you get a lot of good spool noises and a lot of good boxer noise. The boxer, as we've always stated, has always made a very signature sound. You can't mistake it. I mean, you'll be inside your house playing video games, watching a movie, or even driving down the street. You'll hear a WRX in the distance. You're like, I know what that is. Subaru did a really awesome job by bringing the WRX and the STIs into the world of rallying and into the world of street cars, because to this day, it's still one of the most desirable street cars ever. This one makes about 300 wheel horsepower, and you feel every bit of it, and it punches you very, very hard. Honestly, I'm kind of beating a dead horse here. I've done so many Subarus to the point that I was a little wary of doing more, but the main reason why I did this one was because, one, I haven't done a Bugeye yet, and I wanted to see how much different it is from the Bugeye, and I'm gonna be real with you, it's really not that much different. Inside, it's about the same, the gauges look the same, the layout's pretty much the same, and also the shifter in this car is a short shifter, so that helps. But the main reason why I did this one was because of the EJ207. The EJ207 has a little bit different character, and it feels just a hair different. Plus, because JDM, even to the point, if you tune it just the right way, you'll be able to rev higher than the 2.5, so that's pretty remarkable. I'm just gonna do this all day. Every time the blow-off valve goes off, I just think of the big eyes, just like, yay! And I will say, though, biggest downside of this car living in Georgia is the no AC. If you guys don't know, living in Georgia is very hot, especially during the summer. And if you don't have the windows rolled down, you're just gonna be drenched. Hey, I got Panos on the left. You guys know who Panos is. They're located in Brazelton. So, fun fact of the day. And go. Boost. Brakes. Take a little bit to bite, but they're still pretty solid. Hey. The basis is the motor is tuned to 18 PSI. It has an aftermarket clutch in it. Pretty much every bolt-on and a little bit of shenanigans. That's the best way to put it. I mean, who can mistake the HKS blow-off valve though? I mean, listen. And go into it. Yeah, buddy. The injector size on this is also 565, so you're dumping a lot more fuel in than usual. Another thing too I'd like to add is Sonic Yellow. You might not know it, but this color is super rare. Like, and I knew somebody in Virginia Beach back when I lived there who had one, and he really did not know how rare that color was. He ended up selling it for like way underpriced because he didn't know. But the contrast that Morgan's created with the really nice carbon fiber hood, and he gets to keep the really crazy hood scoop and the side skirts and everything else, it all comes together. It's almost like that movie Born to Race, except I'm not the main character who like is about to cry every 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, you hear all those rattles? Yeah, it's gutted on the back. So your trunk space is now extra big. In fact, we went skateboarding one day at Duncan Creek Park, and we wanted to get some plywood to land on to make it easier on your knees and stuff. And we were able to fit giant freaking pieces of plywood of the WRX. Probably would have been better if it was the wagon version. The wagon version of the Bugeye is pretty cool. And boost. Dude, buttery smooth. Like it was nothing. Another thing about Subarus is they come with top-mounted intercoolers, and you're never gonna get the full potential out of a boxer motor with the top mount. You need to go front mount. It's gonna breathe a ton better. Plus, when it's sitting in the bumper, it looks 10 times more badass. Let's be real here. But at the same time, it kind of makes it look like a brace face. So, yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The exhaust on this, by the way, the exhaust tip in the back is massive. And the entire exhaust is 3-inch straight pipe all the way to the downpipe as well. So, catless, nothing's there. We're not on a normal street tire. We're also on racing slicks. So once they're warmed up, they can handle just about anything. The clutch in this is a little unforgiving, especially coming out of first gear. I'm a complete noob with it, but it's an XD Stage 2, and once you get going, it's really not that bad. It catches at the very top like most aftermarket clutches. I just like to add that I just passed a street sign in the middle of nowhere that said, "Vote Magnum for sheriff." Magnum. That's who I want to be my sheriff, with their Magnum on their hip and on their driver's license. But even like cruising through town like this. Hey, I got the nod. I got the sup. In trouble if that's their fire station. That's their fire truck? That guy better have more than a garden hose. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this quick little review video. I had a fantastic time. I hope you did as well. And what do you guys think of the Bugeye Subaru? Big thanks to Morgan once again for letting me drive his car. And I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day.